and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto, and today guys we're taking a cheeky look at XRP and specifically a digital euro. So Chris, this is an interesting piece that's come up from a report talking about how XRP Ledger and the platform there might just be the ideal space for a digital euro. So we're going to get into that and see exactly what's going on here, and keep everyone well informed with the latest XRP news, Chris. So as always, guys, if you do find this video useful and informative, hit that like button. We both really do appreciate it. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you're not yet subscribed, do go ahead and subscribe. By subscribing, you're going to be kept up to date with all the fantastic news that we do here for various different cryptocurrencies. Okay, with that being said and done, Chris, anything you want to add, or should we just jump straight over to the desktop and talk a little bit about digital euros and XRP?
Yeah, I think this would be fantastic if it happens, Nick. Let's get straight into it.
Fantastic. So here's a report, right? So Ripple/XRP, and we should just scrap the Ripple part because they are separate entities. A lot of people get that mistaken. But nonetheless, XRP being discussed as a possible platform, Chris, for the digital euro, right? So CPA Australia, a professional accounting association in Australia with over 166,000 members in 150 countries around the world, recently released a report, Central Bank Digital Currencies, CBDCs, a comparative review. I was going to say comprehensive, but a comparative review. Revealing that France's central bank has openly discussed Ripple and XRP as a possible platform for the digital euro. And this is absolutely huge, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, obviously the UK's no longer, or England is no longer part of the UK, however you want to look at it. There's still a number of countries there, and it'd be massive if this sort of becomes a CBDC run on the Ripple platform. I think that would be amazing.
It really would. So ultimately, the UK is no longer a part of Europe by any stretch of the imagination, but there are many countries still obviously a part of Europe, and a lot of countries use the euro. Really interesting to see how this thing plays out. But the firm, which has 19 staffed offices worldwide, argues in the report that the world is entering a period of rapid technological change in the light of the recent pandemic. The crisis has spurred the adoption of digital and contactless payment systems, as well as the development of CBDCs. Therefore, the report aims to provide an overview of innovations in the central bank digital currencies. Okay, so absolutely huge, and there's some things that we just simply cannot deny at this point. The pandemic has definitely changed the way that we're operating in the world. There's lots now of cashless businesses, Chris. Ultimately just refuse to take cash and ultimately only wants payments. And more ideal above that, it has to be contactless to prevent any kind of contamination and all that kind of stuff. So ultimately the world has changed quite a bit in a very short space of time, and we are relying more now than ever before on technology, and the technological change is kind of a bit of a given, really. It's kind of having to happen in order to move things further forward. So you can definitely see why the CBDCs are under such a high development at the moment, and you're seeing it worldwide. It's not one country over another. There's a bit of a battle as to who's going to get the fair first, and ultimately who's going to have the best platform and all that kind of stuff. And then obviously CBDCs in themselves obviously raise lots of questions as well, in terms of how do you make them interoperable? How do you change one CBDC for another CBDC in the most cost-effective and efficient way possible, whilst obviously doing as minimal amount of damage to the environment? So you definitely don't want a proof of work or anything like that in terms of a blockchain. So lots to go on. But let's see what else is going on here. So Ripple, an option for the digital euro. So the report estimates that the relationship between Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple/XRP, which we should just call it XRP really, and stablecoins to CBDCs. While Bitcoin is described by CPA Australia to be too volatile, a medium of exchange or store value, the report describes Ethereum as a fully decentralized blockchain-based software platform that is outside any state control. However, the report also notes that the Reserve Bank of Australia has issued a statement that it is considering running a CBDC program on the Ethereum network, which is obviously a big question there. In this section titled XRP, the digital token of Ripple, and again, it's not, but nonetheless, that's how they've kind of dubbed it, which is fine. Sometimes there's just a bit of a lack of education in certain places, but nonetheless, that's what they think. CPA Australia refers to Ripple as an alternative platform to Ethereum. And sure, I mean, Ripple is running some fantastic software that utilizes digital currencies such as XRP. And Ripple's technology and their software is integrated with a lot of banks around the world. So it does make it a bit of an obvious choice. At least that's my opinion. But here's the quote from CPA Australia. Ripple is an alternative platform to Ethereum. XRP is the principal currency used on this platform, with the capability to facilitate payments like any currency or card. Ripple has its own patented technology and Ripple protocol consensus algorithm, the RPCA, to verify transactions. Ripple and XRP enjoy the trust of many banks as a model for CBDCs because it is highly centralized and is based on a permissioned network where only certain network nodes can validate transactions, as opposed to decentralized and permissionless Bitcoin and Ether. Ripple also allows the creation of new currencies, and Ripple developers can decide the timing and quantity of supply in a similar way to the current central bank operations. So you can definitely see just from those few paragraphs why they think that Ripple could be the solution to a lot of their CBDC problems around the world. But let's carry on, Chris, unless there's something you want to add at this point.
Well, there is a couple of things. So, you know, it isn't really Ripple's platform per se, in the respect that the XRPL, yeah, they built it, but it was really a gift, and people can build on it without the support or help or intervention of Ripple as a company. So they are two separate things in my eyes, anyway.
They are. I think the lines are very blurred in this particular article, at least. But ultimately, I think they might be referring more to something like RippleNet, which is the software developed and the patented technology that they're actually referring to, rather than the XRPL and XRP as a digital currency. Obviously, most people should be aware by now that XRP Ledger, the XRPL, is, you know, something that's out there. It's for open source and anyone can do anything that they desire with it if they so choose to. And obviously XRP is a digital asset that runs on the XRPL. Now Ripple as a company, they just are using the XRPL with their software, okay? So they are very different things, but I guess this article is a bit blurred in lots of regards. But, you know, ultimately Ripple and XRP, dubbed the banker's coin and all that kind of stuff, it is being positioned, and it has been quite open about this. They want to, you know, develop the banking sector. They don't want to replace it. They want to develop it, right? And ultimately they want to be that solution for cross-border payments and all that kind of stuff. So it makes a lot of sense. And it also makes a lot of sense for CBDCs to be built on a platform that would utilize something like XRP to be able to move, you know, or convert one CBDC into a second CBDC. So lots going on. But let's continue with this article, Chris, and see what else they have to say. So, although this description has been heavily, criticized within the XRP community, as the XRP ledger is also decentralized and permissionless, which it is, there has been speculation that this description refers to a private ledger based on the XRPL. Again, another possibility. I still think when they're talking about patented technology, they're actually referring to the software that Ripple have developed myself. But nonetheless, it could also be a private ledger. I totally appreciate that. As Ross Edwards, Ripple Global Head of Client Solutions, explained in a recent presentation, any financial institution can modify Ripple's proposed design of a CBDC according to the demand or needs of a particular economic ecosystem or market. Depending on the operational needs, a central bank can modify the centralized or decentralized dataset, consensus algorithm, accessibility, and authorization. So you get a lot of customizability of this particular CBDC built on the XRPL. So there's lots of things you can do with it. And I don't think it's like one solution fits all by any stretch of the imagination. So it's good to have that ability to customize. But also there are lots of other platforms that you can also build CBDCs on. We've seen quite a lot of work happen on the Stellar platform. We've seen things happen on the 𝗕𝗓𝗪 platform. There's lots of places that things could be done. The question, or the bigger question, really comes in for the XRP as to whether or not XRP is going to be able to tie everything together, or the XRP ledger is going to be able to tie everything together and actually be able to convert one CBDC from one platform into another. Okay, so there's lots of things to really talk about, high level stuff, and obviously you have to break that down and think about the work that has to actually happen in order to actually implement all of this as well. But let's continue, but a little bit more to go, Chris. This is, however, the following note in the report is likely to generate the most buzz. Okay, France's central bank, I can't pronounce that, so I'm just going to leave that, but has openly discussed XRP as a possible platform for Europe's central digital currency. Okay, so France are really pro the XRPL, Ripple's software, or a private ledger, whatever it is that they're actually referring to here. This article does not make that very clear. But nonetheless, France are keen on an XRP-based, CBDC. That is absolutely fantastic to hear, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah, it really is, Nick. It really is.
And this kind of reinforces the rumor that first surfaced in February of 2020. At the time, Ripple was mentioned in the Central Bank of France report on CBDCs. The central bank noted that units of a CBDC could be transferred to other blockchains since the attributes of the unit of the wholesale CBDC file representing the currency unit, keys enabling use, etc., may be integrated in a crypto asset circulating on another blockchain, which is possible on Ethereum and Ripple, for example. It would then become possible to use that unit on this blockchain. So that's really interesting. You get that ability to have things interoperable, which is obviously key to moving things much further forward. So this is really positive news for the XRP community in light of some terrible stuff that's been going on recently, right, Chris?
Yeah, it really is. We also know that, through what Brad said, that, banks are reaching out to Ripple with support on how to actually, build on the platform. So we know that there's a number of conversations happening, which I think is really positive. Obviously, a while back, we've seen the project plans from the Bank of England, and the fact that they're now using Accenture, a Ripple partner, to sort of help with that integration. Yeah, we're bullish on it. Our position increased since obviously the SEC news landed. We're quietly comfortable and confident, aren't we?
Yeah, like I said with the whole SEC thing, it doesn't really matter whatever happens there. Unfortunately, despite the fact that most of our audience are from the States, it's very unfortunate for you guys. But the US to Ripple isn't a big deal. It's 10% of their revenue gets generated in the US. The rest of it is external. It's the rest of the world. So it's very unfortunate that this is happening. And I still think there's going to be a positive outcome. I do. And I think it's regardless to the outcome, I think XRP is going to thrive in the future anyway. So it is unfortunate. It's an unfortunate series of events that have been happening there. But nonetheless, I still think it's going to be a positive outcome for Ripple and XRP. But I also think it may have to be at some point a leadership change maybe. But nonetheless, I still think it's all a very positive future for XRP holders, Chris.
Yeah, for sure. I agree, Nick. I feel strongly about it. Not emotionally, just when you see all the stuff that we've seen, I guess it's risk reward, and we've had this conversation recently regarding other projects. This is one where actually I can see everything. It's transparent in regards to the fact that you can see everything on websites like the Bank of England, for example, with their project plans, and various other banks. That's not the only one that we spotted it on. So yeah, for me, yeah, really happy with my position in XRP.
Absolutely. So guys, if you found this useful and informative, do hit that like button. We both really do appreciate it. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you're not yet subscribed, do go ahead and subscribe. It's free and you're going to be kept up to date with all of the news and events that we cover here on various different cryptocurrencies. So yeah, why not? And with all that said and done, we hope everyone has a fantastic day and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Take care.